Dear students, welcome to our Maths Teacher YouTube channel. Today you are going to learn about the 10th unit, Selection. Before learning about this unit, I like to take your memory to the grade 1. Can you remember your grade 1 teacher asked you to bring some flowers and leaves? Then she mixed them well and asked again to separate them into groups. Then you may have separated them as flowers and leaves. How did you separate them into groups? Can you tell me? According to common characteristics. You know that most of the things we know can be separated into groups which have common characteristics that have been identified. Now have a look for this diagram. This diagram shows a collection of animals. Let's see who are the animals in this collection. Dog, cow, crow, lion, myna, parrot, deer, tiger, hawk, eagle. You can group these animals in various ways. A way of separating animals into two groups can be done like this. In one group, dog, cow, lion, deer, and tiger. And for the other group, the remaining animals can be written. Who are they? Myna, crow, parrot, hawk, and eagle. Can you tell me how did we separate like this? According to a common characteristic. Common characteristic means in Sinhala we say පොදු ලක්ෂණය. That is number of feet. The animals in the first group have 4 feet and in the other group have 2 feet. So can you suggest a name for each group? The first group can be named as 4-footed animals as they have 4 feet. The second group can be named as 2-footed animals as they have only 2 feet. If not, it can be named as birds too, as they can fly. These animals can also be grouped into 3 groups named herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous based on what they eat. You may have learned them for science. Now let's see another example. Separate the numbers into 2 groups according to a common characteristic and name each group. This diagram shows a collection of numbers. Can you tell me which type of numbers are these? We can separate them into 2 groups as, for one group, 2, 4, 6 and 8. For the other group, 1, 3, 5, 7. Can you tell me what are these numbers? In the first group, we called them as iratta sankhya. In English, we say even numbers. Then consider the second group, 1, 3, 5, 7. You know that they are, in Sinhala, we say otte sankhya. In English, we say them odd numbers. So we can separate the given collection of numbers into 2 groups as even numbers and odd numbers. Let's consider another example. Separate the following figures into 2 groups according to a common characteristic and name each group. This diagram shows you a collection of figures. Can you tell me what are these diagrams? Let's name them. Triangle, cube, circle, square, rectangle, cylinder, cuboid, and tetrahedron. You have already learnt about these in previous grades. Let's separate them into two groups. You can separate them into two groups as, in the first group, cube, cuboid, cylinder, and tetrahedron. In the other group, triangle, square, circle, and a rectangle. Can you suggest names for these groups? Consider the first group. How did you name them? In previous grades, you have named them as Ghana Vastu. In English, we say solids. So let's name that group as solids. Then what can you say about the second group? What are they? They are called plane figures. In previous grades, you have named them as shapes. Hadatala. I think now you have understood how to separate a given collection of items into groups based on their common characteristics, as well as to name them based on their common characteristics. Now you are given some questions. Separate the following into two groups based on a common characteristic and name each group. Now you are given a homework. Write answers for the exercise 10.1 in the textbook. I will be back in the next video lesson. Don't forget to subscribe us. Thank you.